Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and especially merciful. Dear viewers across the planet, I greet you with the greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace be with you. Ameen. As you know that it's an Islamic tradition, something is very good. We begin things in the name of Allah. We begin things with peace, our greeting. And even our farewell greeting is always As-salam. As-salam, As-salam, As-salam. Hoping that this would fill up the air around you, would fill up the surroundings around you, will fill up the environment around you with peace so that we can do better. We can enjoy our world better and we can function better. Alhamdulillah. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this guidance, and we invite you to attend this program and similar programs to share this guidance with you by having this episode as treasures from the Holy Quran. We labeled it as treasures because we did not find a word better than this word. It can be something more valuable than the real treasures in our minds, in our culture. Most of the people think treasure are something material. It's something like gold or pearl or silver, or something like that. But the treasures that I'm talking about, referring to, is more valuable, much more valuable than these ones. Provided that once you start getting and start tasting and appreciating these treasures, you start sharing these treasures with others. After knowing, after implementing, after really tasting and seeing the results of these beautiful treasures, share them with others. Me too. My hope is to share these treasures with as many people as I can. You can travel, you can spend your time, you can use all the tools and all the powers and all the skills that you have in order to spread the word among others so that they would benefit as you benefit. You're not going to lose anything. Don't be scared. You're not going to lose anything. In fact, you're going to get more than the ones who don't share. This is the Islamic concept, and I'm quite sure that you may find it in other cultures. But this is the basic Islamic concept. Alhamdulillah. And the Quran is here to give us a chance to see what we do with these beautiful verses that we learn. Today I'm going to learn one short verse. But before I do that, I would ask you the question to let us think deeply to get more reception. What is the question is? If I ask you, look at the world around you, look at the sky, look at the earth, look at the rivers, look at everything around you, and give yourself some time to reflect and think. What and who are the tools and the soldiers in the hand of Allah? What are they? And how do they function? Think of this. Have you ever thought of this? Islam makes you think of something very deep, but not superficial thinking and thinking for the luxury of thinking. There's nothing called that. But thinking for seeking the pleasure of Allah, thinking to get the truth, reflecting upon things so that they will help me to be a better human, so that I can benefit as many humans as I can. This makes sense in Islam. So this is the question, and the answer comes in this verse. This Surah Al-Muddathir, you know that we have Al-Muddathir and Al-Muzammil. This is Surah Al-Muddathir, ayah number 31. Ayah number, and it's very simple. It says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وما يعلم جنود ربك إلا هو. Literally, it means that no one knows the soldiers of Allah except He Himself. When we go through the Quran with the guidelines from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and when we reflect upon the verses that has this word only, junud, soldiers, you can translate it as tools, soldiers. You can have many translations for it. Who are these tools and how do they function? When we explore and go through the entire Quran, you find the story of prophets, story of other nations and message. And here and there you will find everything. You come to the conclusion that everything in the creation of Allah, in the entire creation of Allah, everything that Allah created is a soldier in the hand of Allah. Anything and anyone in this creation, he is by default a soldier of Allah. And how does this soldier function? Whether he is a human or inhuman, whether he is animate or inanimate, any kind of creation, anyone who is living in this universe is a soldier, an obedient soldier in the hand of Allah. Allah commands them. They function, they work just by a command. And this command is very simple and very easy. Be, and it becomes. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands everything and anything. When you go through the Quran, you find Allah is commanding the sky by a certain command. Does this, so it does. Be, and it does. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala functions the sky, commands the sky, that sends us rain, stop raining. وَقُلْنَا يَا سَمَاءُ أَقْلِعِي. He commands the sky, and He commands the earth, the land, and He commands the mountains, and He commands the humans, and He commands the animals, and He commands an ant, and He commands everything in the universe. As an example, functions and obeys Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to show that they are obedient soldiers all the time. They are obedient. Everything that Allah created, except one kind of creature, who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him this option between we listened and obey, we heard, we got the command, and we obey, and between the other option, which is we listened, we heard, we know what you want, but we are not obeying. This kind of creature is the human being. Definitely, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can make all humans like other creatures who don't have will. For example, angels don't have will. Other creatures, yes, they don't have will. The one who have wills is humans and jinn. They have this option. But everyone else don't have will. That's why all the time they obey. They blindly obey Almighty Allah. Allah created them like that. But when you have the free will, it's given to a human being and to the jinn, so they have these options, these two options to select from them. But the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes everything function is by commanding them, be, and Allah told us that it becomes. You will find amazing things happening. Even Allah commanded the fire. The fire that we see according to our background, educational background, we know that fire burns. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if He wants it not to burn, it does not. It stops burning. We learn this from the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قُلْنَا يَا نَارُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that we said to the fire, be gentle and cool on Ibrahim. So instead of burning, it starts not burning. Rather, it became very cool, very gentle, very wonderful. And Ibrahim was saved. So everything that according to our knowledge, you cannot say all the time fire burns. Yes, in your hand, yes. In my hand, yes. In the hands of human beings, yes. But in the hand of Allah, when Allah wants it to burn, it burns. When Allah commands it not to burn, it does not burn. It is a soldier in the hand of Allah. That's why وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ. Nobody knows the soldiers of Allah except He Himself. He's the only one who knows. And in everything in the entire universe, functions like that, except the human. Of course, as I remind you, if Allah wants even humans to do that, Allah will command them to do that. But Allah wanted to give them free choice. So because everybody now is talking about freedom, and because people think that Allah does not give freedom, it's all the freedom in your hand. Do what you want, and be sure that you will be judged accordingly. According to your decision, you have to be responsible. We teach responsibility everywhere and in every school and in every house. And you become a responsible man. You are responsible for your own decision. You take a decision, so you are responsible for it. Do whatever you want. Then be ready to get the responsibility to see what will happen consequently. Consequences are based on our decisions that is based on this kind of choice. We choose and we do. Yet, so this is an important fact. You sit down and you think deeply and you ask, how does this happen? You know that it happens when Allah decides. Allah is the greatest in this universe. And that's why we all the time hear Muslims say, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Wherever you go, you hear, you enjoy hearing that. Because He is the greatest. He is the greatest. He is the one who can command the mountains to move, who can command the continents to separate, and the continents to come back, to come together again, to form one platform. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who commands the water to be salty and commands the water to be fresh. Allah is the one who commands everything you can imagine. Give yourself some time. Reflect upon that. Why is this happening? Because of the power of Allah. Because there is no one else in this universe is as powerful as Allah. We have learned this in many verses. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. There is nothing similar to Him. There is nothing equal to Him. There is nothing who does things like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And alhamdulillah, we become so happy and you smile because you were guided to select the right God. Whereas a lot of people are deprived from this blessing. It's a great blessing that you get to become a believer, to know that there is Allah who is the most capable, who is Al-Akbar, who is Al-Qadir, who is Al-Sami', who is Al-Basir, who is Al-Wahid, who is Al-Samad, who is with all these. And the best thing that you can do in life, and I can do my life, is to spend most of our times counting, reflecting, understanding, expanding our understanding of the names of Allah. The more time, the best investment that we do in our life is to spend most of our time, if not all of it, the best of our time to know our Creator, to know His attributes and qualities, to know that وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُوَ, to know that He's capable of doing everything at any moment, in no time. The more you know about Allah, the more you will love Him. And then after that, you know the creation of Allah. It's not vice versa. To start upright is to begin with the priority, knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.